Oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
So if he wasn't going to edit, he's definitely going to edit now.
Definitely going to edit now.
I don't want to be canceled.
So should we
Well, let's not keep these assholes waiting.
get started with the show?
That's our cold open right there.
Right there.
That's where I'm going to start.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome to Trekcast. I'm Chad. That's Dan. That's Daniel. We are the galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast. Today is November 15th. Yes, today is November 15th of 2020, which means 2020 is almost over.
Oh man.
We got a month and a half. We got 2 holidays to get through. Actually, 3.
I heard I saw a really bad meme that made me go, "What if 2021 says hold my beer to 2020?"
Yeah.
Well, I saw one that said, "What if it's not a bad year? What if it's just the first year of a bad decade?"
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you never know. You never know. So.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
The apocalypse, everybody.
I think we can refer to 2020 to a great line from this last episode on Thursday, which was Tilly saying, all this is after I got my hair blown out and became a Terran / captain / dominatrix.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
Indeed.
So, what's been going on with you guys in the last week?
Not much, really.
Dan got his shirt in. We should.
I did.
On.
Yeah,
Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
I got my shirt in. You can barely probably see that. So
yeah,
nice. That's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, it's a hoodie. You know, I'm a big fan. I have a couple of these where it's like it's clearly a nerd shirt, but unless you actually read the phrases and look closely at the logo, you don't know it's a nerd shirt. I've got quite a few Starfleet Academy things, and it just looks like collegiate gear, and I love that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Because every once in a while, you know, you're standing in line at Target or something, and somebody will notice it, and you'll see the notice the moment they realize that it it doesn't say State University of New York, Cortland. It says Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I got a this is a blue hoodie.
Yeah.
And, Starfleet logo, and I have a similar one that came with it. It's a black T-shirt, and the triangle logo. It has that.
Oh, that's cool.
So.
Yeah.
So I picked 2, and those are the 2 I picked, and I haven't tried the shirt on yet, but this thing's comfy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's November 15th. All the leaves are on the ground, and it's chilly out. And I slipped this thing on, and I said to my wife, the last few years, I've kind of shifted towards the zip up hoodies. I forgot how cozy these are.
I'm a big fan of the zip ups, but that looks cool though.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is you can get if you're looking to put graphics on something, it's a lot harder to put it on a zip up because you got to basically cut the graphic in half and then make sure it lines up.
Right.
So yeah. Me likey, Danny likey.
Oh, I've got to cut that out right there.
Yeah,
great
that
clip.
goes on.
Danny likey.
So mine haven't arrived yet either. Chad, you got yours, right?
Yep, I got both of mine. Both are long sleeve T-shirts. Pretty comfy. They're double XLs. They're 100% cotton. They do shrink up just a touch, but not enough to matter. Very comfortable.
So we got these from, I should say this because they gave it to us, from nerdkungfu.com. They're a website that has all sorts of nerdy stuff. They wanted me to let you guys know that they've got over 150,000 products, over 600 different Star Trek designs. So there's a ton. Their sizes range from like toddler to 6X.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot. When you said, "Oh, go through and pick 2."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I can only pick 2."
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Mine are in the mail. They should be here soon. I got V-necks, so I'll probably have them next episode. But
you
yeah,
like the V-neck, don't you?
Yeah, I do like the V-neck.
You're wearing the purple V-neck again today.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you a Barney fan? Is that way it's always purple?
Not Barney, Tinky Winky.
Now I've got to get a Tinky Winky clip.
Yeah. That's my go-to guy. You know,
I have too much chest hair for V-necks.
Yeah, I wear a V-neck sparingly because the same thing happens. I get a little bit of this. And it's just enough to be annoying. It's not really like a full-blown amount of chest hair, like an Italian, but it's
oh!
cold-blooded, man. No, I'm pretty hairless. Like, if you look at my arms, there's like no arm hair. Yeah. I'm just, I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, anyways, if you guys want shirts like this, go to nerdkungfu.com. They've got all sorts of stuff. So
just so you know, for the people who aren't watching, every time he says nerd kung fu, I show off some of my moves.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
But yeah, all kidding aside, I really like these. I'm looking forward to wearing the t-shirt as well.
Yeah.
And I'll probably go back and buy some more.
The reason I got the
and you should too.
Yes. The reason I got the long sleeves is because I can actually wear them to work if I put on my little sweater vest zip-up thing that I have that has no sleeves on it, you know?
Oh, nice.
So I can put that on over it and zip that up, and then I'm working, and then when I want to, go to the bar after the day or whatever, or go eat out somewhere, I can just unzip it enough so you can see the top of the, the Starfleet on the other one or this one.
So you're at the bar in your Star Trek shirt?
Yep. Nice. It's to keep all the ladies away.
How do you beat the ladies away? I mean,
yeah.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk to somebody at command, and I'm gonna see if we can have these done in like a Space Force motif.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'll reach out to Nerd Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Yep.
And see if they take commissions.
I've got the owner's phone number, so let me know if you want that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Season 2 has been announced for Space Force.
Still classified.
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
When's that come out?
I guess next summer. Is what they were trying to shoot for, was release date again of the summer.
Yeah.
So.
I haven't even watched the first one. I just watched the first episode. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. It really does.
I want to go back. I want to go back and rewatch it now that I know that Mariner is voiced by the same actress. I want to watch it again and see, see if I hear Mariner.
Oh,
yeah.
you will.
Yeah,
you will hear Mariner, definitely, because she's. I mean, really, honestly, her character on Space Force versus her character in Lower Decks, the only difference between the two is Mariner talks just a little bit more faster, more often, whereas the Tawny Newsome live, they've made her kind of slow down just a touch, but you can see it every once in a while coming through. It's definitely
Lower Decks is a cartoon; they got to amp it up.
Sure,
so,
sure.
Yeah, and they only have 22 minutes, so everybody speaks faster.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is
you'll definitely hear it. I love the she lands on the moon. It's great to be black on the moon.
Oh, while we're still talking about the shirts,
yeah,
I got the 2X as well. I wanted a little more room, and I'm glad that I did, because you both know that I'm I support the Second Amendment. So sometimes I wear a firearm on my hip, and it's very easy to conceal. So it's good in case Chad's about to shoot me. I can defend myself.
Yes, you did listen to last week's show.
I did.
Yeah, we're in trouble now, Chad.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
I listened to the whole thing.
Uh-oh.
I took notes.
Oh, hey, I gotta go. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, he's not wearing cat ears this week.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
That's all he has to say about that. It ain't happening. Even if they're black cat ears, I mean,
to be fair, in the group, everybody was against you wearing cat ears.
Yes,
Nobody was like pro it. So
no,
it's because they know what time it is. No, it's because we have an awesome group of listeners.
we do.
Yeah,
we have an awesome group of listeners, and they're like,
that have your back.
Nah, we're not doing that to Dan.
Yeah.
Chad can wear some goofy shit. I'll vote for that. Where's the thing to vote for that? But
Right.
I'm sure.
Oh man. All right, we got some news.
Yeah, let's get into the news. Here we go.
Attention all hands. It's time for Star Trek news.
All right, so our first news story comes to us from trekmovie.com, and the headline reads, exclusive, the Orville Season 3 is returning to production in December. So if you didn't know, now you know. Orville is going to start shooting again in December, just in time for Christmas break, to take another break and start over again. But whatever. No, it's cool.
They're going to age like 5 years between episodes. Between seasons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. But they will start shooting again in December. They're going to be shooting in Vancouver, it looks like. This article also says that Picard Season 2 will begin shooting in Southern California in January because Grandpa doesn't want to travel. So... No, that's not the reason. I don't know why.
And that's why Christmas is in Florida now.
Exactly. Exactly. So they're going to have some strict COVID protocols, they say. What those protocols are, they don't tell us. I imagine it'll be somewhat like a bubble or testing or whatever. It's pretty fun reading all the COVID bubbles in production right now. But whatever. So, yeah, they start shooting in December, so that's neat. And I thought everybody would like to know that.
Yeah.
It's also funny how you watch shows and COVID has become part of the storyline.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you watch sitcoms and, you know, they're standing 6 feet apart. They're wearing masks. They're spraying their hands, you know, all these things. It's going to be one of those things where you're going to watch a rerun of a sitcom. 20 years from now, you're going to watch a rerun of one of these sitcoms, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that was this season.
Yeah,
this is the season when it was that."
Yeah, for sure. Our second news story comes to us from StarTrek.com, and we have an excerpt from Star Trek: The Wisdom of Picard. So there's a new book out. It's hardcover, and it is quotes from Picard, and by quotes I mean lines from scripts that Patrick Stewart read. And so there's all sorts of excerpts. I mean, am I wrong about that?
No,
you're right. It's kind of a metaphysical thing because it's like, well, who are they quoting? Are they quoting Jean-Luc Picard? Are they quoting Patrick Stewart? Or are they quoting Ronald Moore because he wrote that episode?
Yeah.
Right.
Who really gets the quote?
Yeah, exactly. One of the quotes is from TNG, Season 3, Episode 10, The Defector. Listen to what Shakespeare is telling you about the man, Data. A king who had true feelings for his soldiers would wish to share their feelers with them on the eve of battle. And there's all sorts of quotes throughout this thing. And yeah, so if you're interested in it, it's available now on hardcover. You can get it wherever books are sold. I'm not sure about the price.
Where are books sold, by the way, besides Amazon?
Back alleys, out of vans. Yeah. I don't know. I just got an Audible account, so we'll see if this is on Audible, and then I can just hear lines from movies and shows.
There you go.
If they just spliced it out for the Audible, that'd be hilarious.
Oh god.
And our last news story.
Work. That would actually be more work than having somebody just read it.
Oh, it's bad because you would have like chunks of where there's like music just starting up or just ending. Yeah. It would be horrible.
Have you guys ever listened to? I know you've obviously listened to an audiobook before, but have you ever listened to like a franchise audiobook, like a Star Trek audiobook?
Oh no.
That was okay. I listened to one because I won it in a trivia contest at a store around the time that Generations was coming out in the theater. And I can't remember the name of the story, but it was a TNG story set in like the 6th season of TNG, and it was read by Michael Dorn. Now that's cool because when Michael Dorn is reading the lines of Worf, it's Worf. You're hearing Worf. Worf's telling you a story.
Yeah.
When it's weird is when Michael Dorn is reading Dr. Crusher's lines, and now you're getting Michael Dorn's half-assed impression of Gates McFadden. So it's weird.
That would be different.
They have a lot of Doctor Who books on tape have Matt Smith or David Tennant, and I've been wanting to listen to one of those just because of that, but no. Well, let me get to the last news story.
Okay.
Last news story is from Nerdist.com, and the headline reads, "Watch young Tom Hardy's Star Trek screen test." So this is pretty cool. It's actually from way back in the day, 2001, and it's Tom Hardy screen testing for Nemesis. And what's cool is Patrick Stewart was there for this screen test, and he didn't care, but he's wearing the Star Trek uniform, but without any of the pips or any of the accoutrements that we'd have. It's like it's lazily put on. It's weird how it kind of looks like a blank canvas, and Tom Hardy is trying to look like his character. He's got the bald head, but he's wearing a leather jacket, which looks weird.
He also looks like he's 2.
Yeah, he does look a lot younger.
Extremely young.
Yeah.
In that the whole movie he looks really young, but
yeah.
He looks thin in that movie compared to how he looks now. And I don't know if that's the costume that they had him in with the big shoulders, and it was kind of like an hourglass type thing.
It was a little bit of that, but he was thin. He was
thinner then. He wasn't a muscular guy.
He wasn't muscular at that point. No, he's put on some weight. So.
'Cause, I mean, I haven't seen him in a lot of stuff, but I remember seeing Venom last year and thinking to myself, how is this the same guy?
Yeah. He does a good job. He's like Christian Bale from the standpoint of he can almost transform his body for a role. Although
Christian Bale has said he's not going to do that again because it's just too hard on himself.
You kill yourself doing that. I mean, the guy got down. What did he get down to? 140 pounds or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
For that movie, The Machinist. I mean,
and that was in between Batman movies.
So
he was jacked, leaned down, and then jacked again.
Yep. That just kill you.
Yeah. Well, Tom Hanks did that for Castaway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He spent 2 months eating Big Macs, and put on some extra weight. Yeah. Filmed a third of the movie, and then they shut down production for 6 months, and he just stopped. And he just stopped eating until he looked like an AIDS patient, for crying out loud. He was so thin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he went more than 72 hours.
Yeah. For sure. One
of the funniest moments of that movie is when he tries to eat the crab without cooking it. It's like, oh shit, it's just running. Well, yeah, duh. like he didn't know. Anyway.
Well, I'll post this in the Facebook group so everybody can watch the Tom Hardy clip. But it's pretty neat. So that's the news.
All right. We'll keep rolling. We'll move right on into the feedback section.
Hailing frequencies. Open.
So we do have a voicemail that I'll play here in a second, but first,
before
we get to that, I've got a couple things from Paul Chin. He says, hey, one of the things I just want to let you know, I like your podcast because it's realistic. You call out bullshit when it happens. Lots of others are too referential. So, that's why he likes the show. He said a lot of other things too, which I will not say on the air.
That's awesome.
But he did ask, because I did make a kind of a comment to it last week. It isn't very often that we get quote unquote hate mail or someone telling us we're just, retarded or something. That does not happen very often. And when it does, I tend to just ignore it and move on. So that's how we handle those kinds of things, Paul, since you were asking. That's how we handle it. So no donations on the coffee account over the last week. So that's fine. No big deal.
Oh no.
Yeah. So everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
Save your money to spend
That's
it on
all
your
right.
family
That's
and
fine.
friends.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I told my wife and the kids we're gonna cut out lunch. We're gonna do 2 meals a day. And maybe the podcast will pick up at the end of the month.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll see.
Oh man.
It's why I've stopped eating.
That's why you're doing these
I didn't want to
73-hour
say
fasts.
anything.
Yeah. You can't go to Taco Bell anymore.
No.
Okay.
And if you want to send us hate mail, that last line by Chad, that's like a fitting one.
Yeah,
Just,
that is.
the worst accent ever.
I didn't even try to do an accent. It just came out that way. I wasn't trying. It just happened. I don't know. I don't even know what that was. I just said it.
It was your white privilege, Chad.
I am currently
There's a lot of that up here.
I am reading a book right now to try to atone for my whiteness and all of the things that I've done in my life that are horrible simply because I'm white. So yes, I am reading.
Oh, I finally finished Ready Player One.
What'd you think by the time you were done with it? I enjoyed that book. I really did. And I liked the movie too, but
I think if you cut out the references, it would have been a third of the length.
But that's what's so great about it, though.
Yeah. It was fun. I think I have a weird feeling that the movie is going to be better than the book. I haven't seen the movie yet, but
you haven't seen Ready Player One.
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness!
I don't even know what it is.
It's a movie.
Gosh, you guys.
So I'll probably watch the movie this week. And
Dan,
then I'll get back
you will love the movie, and you should be able to watch that with your son. There's a few curse words here and there, but there's a lot of action. But that's about it. And knowing you and how you play with your kids, he would love the hell out of that, because all of a sudden, there's Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. All of a sudden, there's this, there's that, all these 80s references. I mean, that is the entire book.
Yeah, that's the entire book.
Is 80s references, and that's what the movie is. Like
the
car he drives is the Back to the Future vehicle.
Is Emmanuel Lewis in it? Does he make an appearance as Webster?
No.
Then I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Not interested.
Well,
David Hasselhoff, is he in it?
No.
You lost me. You lost me. One more chance. Is there a Greatest American Hero reference?
Oh, I bet in the background.
Yeah, I'm sure in the background somewhere.
Yeah.
Not anything that's.
I've heard that every frame is an Easter egg. Like there's Easter eggs
every
everywhere.
Single frame.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah. So I think you would enjoy it.
I'll check it out.
I don't know, man. I saw Bill and Ted 3, Face the Music.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love those dumb movies, but
I haven't seen that one yet. So
it's mainly Bill and Ted: The Next Generation. It's more about the daughters than them.
Oh, really?
But yeah. It's more about them, way more about them, but still pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I do got an email.
Well, I haven't played the voicemail yet, but just so you know, keep going.
Okay, whatever. From Andrew Koo. It's not Chu, it's Koo.
Andrew Koo, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we figured that out because it was Andrew Koo.
Yeah. He says, couple weeks late, but welcome to Trekcast. Now better than ever. New wires, new girlfriend, new phone. Same old unpredictable bullshit, and you love it.
People calling us bullshit, saying bullshit.
Read that again. Read it again.
Say, welcome to Trekcast. Now better than ever. New wires, new girlfriend, new phone. Same old unpredictable bullshit. And love.
That is the summary of this episode.
Yeah.
Right here.
All right.
And that's the title. Same old bullshit.
Yeah.
Or something, right?
Yeah.
New cables, new girlfriend.
Yeah, about the new girlfriend. Want.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's all right, man. The new cable didn't work out so well either.
Yeah. It's all good.
But hey, we got the same bullshit, so it's
Hey, same old. He says he loves our takes on Star Trek Burnham. He means Discovery. So there you go.
Nice.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for being around. Thank you for the laughs.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, here's the very long voicemail.
Okay.
I haven't played the whole thing because I think it's like 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Oh, good Lord, we can't hear all of that.
I don't know. Let's see if it's
Yeah.
funny. It might be good.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Scott Strongbeard Bowders. I got an idea that I wanted to run past you guys about how to end Lower Decks to make everybody happy. So it's the series finale, and it's the end of the show, and the credits are about to roll. Okay, all of a sudden it sort of freezes, and the camera pans back and starts to turn around to reveal 2 live action characters. It's Tom Paris and Harry Kim. And it's obvious that they've just watched a holo novel.
What happened?
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of what they did in Enterprise.
Harry says, "Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great story." And Tom looks over to somebody off camera and says, "Did all that really, really happen?" And that's when you hear a voice that says, "It all happened." And the camera pans over, and it's Tawny Newsome playing the role of an aged mariner. And then she says, "Of course, I took a little creative license." Fade to black. Now, this takes care of a couple of things. Number one, it explains all the little things that bug us about the show, things that don't quite fit in for a Star Trek show. And number two, it legitimizes the fact that it's canon. It's a story told by someone who was there through an animated holo novel. So, bonus, end credit sequence. An ensign is walking through the hallway, and he taps his comm badge, and he says, "Okay, everybody's cleared out of the holodeck. I'm going to run the level 2 diagnostic." So he runs into the holodeck, and he starts to pull a panel off, and all of a sudden, he hears a voice behind him that says, "Hi, I'm Badgie. Can I teach you a lesson?" Anyway, I thought it was a fun idea. Let me know what you guys think. Have a good one, guys.
That's pretty good, actually.
I think it's a great idea. As he was saying that, I figured out what he was. I said, "Oh my God, it's going to be Tom Paris watching a cartoon."
Yeah, yeah, it is.
I didn't think that he wrote it or he was creating it or whatever, or no, he wasn't creating. He was saying that he was watching it with
Mariner. And then Mariner. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that is a great idea.
That is an awesome idea.
Yeah,
because that would just play on the whole. Obviously we get Riker walking back in on the bridge of the Titan saying, "Oh, pardon me, I'm sorry, I'm late."
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. It's perfect. That was a great idea.
That is.
So
that would be awesome.
Yep, pretty good.
Good idea.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's in my head canon.
Yeah. It happened already. It happened already. That'd be a great way to introduce Tawny Newsome as a live action character as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because she just seems, I don't know, she seems like a lot of fun. I've enjoyed the 2 things I've seen her in, Lower Decks and of course Space Force. So
I mean, I would also like what's his name? Boimler.
Yeah.
To get that guy to do live action.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's Dennis Quaid's son, Jack Quaid.
Yeah, Jack Quaid. That's his name.
Who's in The Boys on Amazon.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, so I'm finally starting to watch season 2. I watched the first 5 minutes or so of season 2, and the Star Girl, whatever her name is, comes out and starts singing, and I had to pause it and walk away. I just can't handle that shit.
I haven't seen any of that.
You're gonna love the hell out of that too.
Not for kids. Not for kids.
Yeah, no, I know it's not for kids. I don't know. There's just so many different streaming services that I.
Yeah.
Somehow I have them all at this point.
Yeah,
that's why I haven't watched Umbrella Academy yet. I haven't had time.
Oh, you're gonna like that too. That's great.
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm sure I will.
I binged the hell out of it because I didn't ever watch it because I don't really care for Ellen Page. I just don't. I don't know what it is about her. She has the same look on her face all the time, and it's just kind of, I don't know. I never really cared for her, so that's why I didn't watch it for some stupid reason. And then I watched the first episode, and before I knew it, it was like 2 a.m, and I'd watched half of first season. So I just kept going, and I just, and then of course season 2 was coming out, and I watched all of that. So that's great. That's a good series.
Okay.
So I highly recommend that.
Let's see other feedback that we've got.
I don't have any other emails or anything. No donate. Nope. That's everything I got.
Okay. Juan did ask us this question when I posted it up in the group. He says, Will the Jedi show up in The Mandalorian?
Next week.
Next week it seems like.
Yeah.
If not next week, the week after, but very soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
there you go.
So tell me, so I'm an idiot here on the Star Wars side of things. Who is Bo Katan and why do I care? Other than the fact that I love what's her name from Battlestar Galactica. They picked a player, Katie Sackhoff. Yeah, I'll watch anything that she's in. She's fun to watch.
So I actually watched a video about who is Bo Katan, so I can answer this.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So she is a Mandalorian herself.
Yeah.
And she's like the heir to the Mandalorian kingdom or whatever. She used to own the Darksaber.
So that's where the title comes from, the heiress. I kind of put that together in my head, but I wasn't sure if that was just my own headcanon or not. So
she's trying to get that back because if you have the Darksaber, you get to be the ruler of Mandalore, basically. It's like their crown.
Okay.
So, yeah. And there's only one. It's not like you can go make another one. It's just the one.
And these are storylines, if I'm not
from
mistaken,
the cartoons.
From the cartoons, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other fun thing is Katie Sackhoff voiced Bo Katan in the cartoons.
Yeah.
So it's neat that she gets to play her in person.
Yep.
So
that's funny. That's like a flip flop, you know.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then of course Rosario Dawson we get to see as Ahsoka Tano or however you pronounce her name next week apparently, and she's the one who's married to Corey McBooker Jazz Hands. So,
right, Jazz Hands. Yeah. I wonder how he feels about that because he's a big Star Trek guy. So
he's a Star Trek guy. Yeah, he is. I don't know. They'll find some way to make you not be.
Do you think he just glares at her like for betraying him?
I don't know. Dan, did you catch that reference I just made there?
What's that?
I won't say it again. That's okay.
All right.
Okay.
Catch it in the rewatch.
Yeah. There you go.
And then also I did put up in the group, if you could pick one of your favorite wing flavors, and everyone went nuts. Lemon pepper seemed to be popular. So is buffalo.
Lemon pepper?
Yeah, so the options were barbecue, red dragon, lemon pepper, habanero, Jamaican jerk, spicy barbecue, sweet and spicy, or buffalo.
You can tell I'm not on Facebook because I didn't even know you posted that.
Yeah.
Lemon pepper. Here's what I think about that.
I kill me.
I would never eat that.
Oh, nice. I go buffalo, man. I'm pretty classic.
Yeah, I'm buffalo.
Yeah. With some blue cheese on the side to dip it in.
Oh, that's some good. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're making me hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast yet.
Hey, I haven't eaten since Friday.
Yikes.
Nah, I couldn't. I don't know. We talked about whether or not I would try to do that again, Daniel, and I don't know, man. I'm so hungry right now. No way.
You don't have to do extended like me. Like I'm trying to lose a lot of weight. So, dude, since I've been doing these 72s, I've lost 21 pounds in 2 weeks.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah.
I would probably feel pretty damn good after the fact, but during it, I'd be a bear. I would be a bear.
It's like I said in the group. You got to get used to it. You can't just start cold turkey.
Yeah.
Now, what about your medication? Are you supposed to take that with food? Does that affect it?
It's never been affected. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. And the doctor says as long as I'm feeling good, I'm okay. So, like, I've been able to work out while I do these fasts, and no problem. I don't feel dizzy. I don't feel weak. Nothing.
Okay.
So,
wow.
Wow.
See, that's me. If I have coffee in the morning and I skip breakfast and I don't get lunch, like at lunchtime, I start to get like this. Yeah.
I'm having coffee right now and I'm fine.
Yeah.
You're having coffee through a straw?
Yeah, I have iced coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not coffee, so it's okay.
No.
Warm drinks burn my tongue so easily.
You know what bothers me?
Yeah,
what bothers me?
What grinds your gears?
You know what grinds my gears? When did we cross that threshold where when I order a cup of coffee, if I don't say iced coffee, just assume that I'm talking about hot coffee.
Yeah.
Because for 1,000 years, coffee has been served hot. It
that
seems
annoys
like
the hell out of me.
Every time I go into a Dunkin' Donuts and I say, yeah, give me a medium coffee, light and sweet. Okay, hot coffee? Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
When did it happen? When did the switch? Happen?
Sometime in the last 2 years, I noticed it because usually I'm going around.
Well, it's bullshit.
Thing, I'll always get a vanilla latte, right? Medium vanilla latte, and I always say medium at Starbucks just to. Because I'm not saying grande or venti or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because those words don't actually correlate to, English language, medium, large, whatever. Anyway, so that's how I am. So, no, it was like 2 or 3 years ago when I noticed all of a sudden it's, medium vanilla latte. Would you like that hot or cold? I did not know it came cold. No way in hell. It's like, no, that's if I wanted that, I would have stopped at the gas station and gotten one of your Frappuccino things in a can.
Yeah.
Not the drive-through for a hot, fresh coffee. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know. Whatever. I like them. So.
Yep. All right. So.
Okie dokie.
Let's move on into the topic.
Talking about Star Trek in this week's topic. Talking about the Star Trek in this week's topic.
I hope you were done with feedback. Sorry, Daniel.
Did it. I mean, I was going to bring up the movie tournament.
Oh, okay. Go for it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I saw the look on your face. I was like, oh, shit. I just jumped right in. He
it's okay.
He was like, yeah, wait a minute.
Well, voting starts again tomorrow for the third round. We've got some pretty great matchups for Trekcast, the galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast, presents the Tuvix Memorial Sci-Fi Movie Tournament. I just wanted to highlight a few of the upcoming matchups for people. We've got the Predator versus Contact, Jurassic Park versus Planet of the Apes, Terminator 2 versus RoboCop, Interstellar versus 2001: A Space Odyssey,
easy, and
Aliens versus Galaxy Quest. I mean, there's a few others, but those are like the main ones I wanted to highlight. I mean, to me, that it really depends on your mood. Like, if you want funny, you go one way. If you want action, you go the other.
About the only one of those that's easy is the Interstellar one, because Interstellar, if you really think about what the plot of that movie is, it makes no effing sense whatsoever.
Murph!
That's all it is. I mean, I don't understand. He's in a floating 6-dimensional bookshelf, and he's plucking on light strings so that she sees something in the past. So then that's what the...
It's the time construct.
It's this totally nonsensical bullshit is what it is.
I mean, the Martian is going to take on Empire Strikes Back, so...
Sure that's easy.
Yeah, the Martian's dead.
Yeah, Martian's going down.
And that's a shame, because I really like the Martian. I can't stand what's his name, but
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. I really can't stand him as a person. But what a great movie! What a great movie!
You and Jimmy Kimmel cannot stand him as a person.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel doesn't like him?
He's had a long-standing feud with him.
Really?
It's hilarious. Yeah.
Is it like
it's
real,
kind of
or is it a TV thing?
Oh no, they just pretend to hate each other. But
it's a pretend thing.
Right.
Yeah. Kind of like the Ryan Reynolds Hugh Jackman thing.
Yeah. It's pretty, because for years Jimmy Kimmel would say, "We apologies to Matt Damon. We had to bump him from our show."
Yeah.
And then it just became a thing.
Yeah. That's pretty good. We should do that with somebody just for the hell of it, like
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, somebody from the Trek universe. We should just do that every once in a while. Say so. We got more important things to talk about today. Sorry. I had to
Sorry, Patrick Stewart. Yeah. All right, well, let's get into the topic.
Okay, now we're into the topic. So, episode 5 of season 3, Die Trying, directed by Maja Varelo. I don't know. Maja. How would you pronounce that? Maja?
I don't know. Yeah. I almost said Bryce Dallas Howard, but that was the Mandalorian.
That was the Mandalorian, which was a shock. Yeah, that's funny. So, so the overall synopsis that they've put out here is just longer than I don't know what. So I'm just going to paraphrase. Using Cinna's memories, Adira gets them to Starfleet headquarters. They go through the disruption bubble, and they get to see lots of glorious new Starfleet vessels, vessels, as Chekhov would say.
Indeed.
So, which in and of itself is worth about a half an hour worth of a discussion. But at any rate, and this is the part of the synopsis which I think is everybody's going to absolutely love, where I say hashtag Chad is right. Did I not say that Starfleet would want to break them up, tear the Discovery apart, and try to recreate thousands of spore drives? And that's pretty much what the Admiral starts to do. And so the crew then has to fight for...
it wasn't the Admiral. It was Omar Ferrer, the dude from The Mummy. That guy is awesome.
Yeah. So the crew has to struggle to keep themselves together and to prove their worth. Burnham takes them on to a little side mission to the Teakoff to try to get some seeds to help some other alien race that I've never seen before and forget what their name is. And of course, we lose a member of the team.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. We learn nothing else about the burn other than there's lots of theories. But there's there is a nice little B story that happens here with Philippa Georgiou and a very famous director who is now suddenly a canonized member of Starfleet. Don't know if he's Section 31 or not. The man in the glasses. David Cronenberg, the man in the glasses. So that's worth a hefty discussion right there too. A lot happens in this episode. I really enjoyed it. I freeze framed all the scenes you see of ships over and over again, trying to figure out what the hell what was. And of course, we get the big USS Voyager J, as well as, if you blinked, you missed it, and if you freeze framed it wrong, you missed it. The USS Nog.
Yeah.
So really,
yes. Yeah. It's one of the first ships they passed by. And the USS Nog looked like a smaller version of that weird hammerhead version. That's what I'm calling it. It's a big hammerhead version that we saw as well. That's one of the first ships they actually pass is the USS Nog before you even see the USS Voyager. So,
okay. Well, they take time to point out the Voyager. They take
time. They take time to point it out. They make sure you see it, you know it, and it's there. We get everybody back in this episode, including Jet Reno, except Booker, who's obviously going to be in the next one, according to those trailers, but in a big way. But good episode. Another example of how they're starting to do more and more of these one-offs, Planet of the Week kind of thing, Ship of the Week kind of thing, even though they have the big we're in Starfleet now reveal. So
to me, this felt like the most Star Trek episode they've done. We had a captain's log in the beginning. We had Planet of the Week. We had a problem that we had to solve through nonviolence.
Yep.
It was great.
Yep. It was good all the way around. I really enjoyed it. So overall, would you say you
hated it,
or would you say it was
excellent?
Oh, excellent. Awesome.
It was
I'm glad we have those.
I am too.
Oh my God.
And you can tell how old we are by the references.
Yes.
Those sound clips are both very dated.
Yes, they are.
Oh my Lord.
That's how we're going to rate the shows moving forward.
Excellent or hated it.
Excellent or hated it.
I thought excellent.
I did too. Dan, what did you think?
It was good. I don't know if it was excellent, but it was good.
You got to commit to
I enjoyed it.
It doesn't matter, man. Just one or the
other. It was good. It was good.
All right.
It was good. I enjoyed seeing the Admiral tell Michael a couple times, "I'm not talking to you."
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth, Commander. I'm talking to your captain.
Yeah, it was great.
And I enjoyed watching Saru correct her.
Yep.
Which is, if we could just get our hands on such and such, and he's like, "Get your hands." This is Starfleet.
Yeah.
This is Starfleet. They're in command.
Yeah.
Take it down a notch, Commander.
He has got to be the most patient and forgiving captain ever.
Yes.
I mean, the poor guy is getting abused by Burnham right in front of him.
Yeah.
And he just stands there quietly and listens and goes back and forth and waits to dress her down in private.
I know. One day he's just going to open his neck flaps and just shoot some darts at her, and she's going to collapse.
Yeah.
And he'll say, "We'll discuss this in 20 to 22 minutes."
Yeah.
When you wake up.
No, but he's super polite too. Like when he tells that guy, "Hey, send a comm signal. Thank you." Like,
yeah.
It's like if Mr. Rogers was the captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. It's almost too much. I mean, it's good.
Almost.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah. It's good. It's all good. I love his character. He's very quickly becoming my favorite. But at the same time, I mean, geez, at some point, Saru, get some balls, which apparently Doug Jones doesn't have, because every shot you see of him standing there from a distance, there's like this weird gigantic gap between his legs. It's almost cartoonish.
Why are you looking between Doug's legs? Jesus, Chad.
Have you not noticed that? Have you not noticed that? He's so thin.
Yeah, I also noticed that his arms are about 8 inches longer than they should be. And he has hooves, but he's still wearing boots. I noticed all of that. I'm just not looking at his junk. Chad's freeze framing and asking his wife, come here, look, where's he keep his junk? There's clearly no room for his junk.
Chad saying that makes me really worried about your internet traffic history.
You don't want to see it.
Yeah.
You don't want to see it.
Oh my Lord.
There's a phenomenon among the Star Trek groups called self-care Saru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's self-care Saru, where they take like Oprah type self-therapy quotes and they put it to Saru.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty great.
When you get through all the Tuvix ones, which I'm sure you're still like 62 weeks away.
Yeah.
But
I've got like 2 months worth.
Yeah. So when we get through all those, we need to do the self-care Saru ones. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Which you had somebody suggest some new ones there for you too.
Yeah, it's becoming a thing. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, it's cool.
People like the Tuvix packs. So,
so the Admiral has his personal assistant that is a hologram. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Up in Burnham's face.
Yeah. And when he dismisses him, he calls him Eli. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if that's actually a name or if that's an acronym, an ELI. And if so, what does it stand for?
Oh, I'm sure it's an acronym. I'm sure it is. Yeah. I thought it was crap that Giorgio could like depower some.
Yeah, that's garbage storyline.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
Garbage. She's the first EMH she's ever seen, and she's like, I'm gonna flutter my eyes at you.
Yeah.
It was weird. I wish they would have had some other way for her to neutralize the hollows. Now, it doesn't bother me that she's figured some other vulnerability with them so quickly, because she is an evil genius, right? So right. I could see her very quickly figuring out and learning how to get around things, even though it's 1,000 years and it doesn't matter to her. She's super intelligent. She's super evil. All she is focused on is how to get what she wants. And that's it. Whatever makes her feel good, right? So I don't understand her relationship with Linus, but that's besides the point. So I get that. I actually enjoyed that. I like that back and forth she had with the guy in the glasses. What's his name in the show?
Oh, I don't know.
I forget.
It's David Cronenberg, man.
Yeah, it's David. We'll just call him David Cronenberg. Anyway, I like that interaction back and forth that those two had. I thought his character was just instantly likable. Like, who is this guy? What is he doing? Like, is he Section 31 or not? Why is he wearing a normal suit from 2020? I mean,
I'm fairly certain that wasn't acting. They were just like, read these lines, David Cronenberg.
Yeah, just here. This is what he just walked on set wearing that exact outfit, and then someone pointed out, why is he wearing glasses? I don't know. It'd be great for him to say, I don't know. They just make me look smarter. Just for the hell of it, right? So
the only way that scene could have been better is if they got Christopher Walken for that role instead.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah.
But no, I did enjoy that scene. I like that back and forth between the two of them. But you're right. The blinking at the hollows was just so, God.
Yeah, that was crap.
2 seconds. Come up with some better way to do it. Like when she took his, she could have gotten his comm badge or something faster and then used that to quickly do something to him, or I don't know, whatever, right? Something.
Or even if she just ignored them and was talking to him directly, and then he just powers them down.
Yeah, dismisses them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Something.
Which would be kind of cool because then as a character, it's like she doesn't put up with crap, and she's not going to put up with this crap of these holograms.
That would have been better. You're right. That right there would have been better, where she just ignores them. Yeah. I did like what Non was doing with her Holo interview, where she just repeated her, her stats back.
Oh yeah,
name, rank, and serial number.
Yeah, yeah. So
I've got I broke down and saw the Will Wheaton show, so I've got some information about that actress.
Yeah, I watched enough of it to see the little bit of the trailer or a little bit of clip anyway for next week, and then I listened to the visual effects guy a little bit talk about the ships, which
he
said a lot, but without saying anything. So
he didn't. Well, it's funny how like Will Wheaton's gushing over it, like so excited about the ships, and that guy's like, "Yeah, dude, it's just a job. I don't whatever."
Yeah, I know, and it looks like he's sitting in a trailer because the blinds next to him look like they're the $20 blinds you get at Walmart.
Yeah,
the crappy metal blinds,
Yeah,
so, I don't know where he's at, but. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, but no. Okay. So let's talk about the whole, we're going to break the team apart. We're going to dismantle Discovery for her secrets or whatever else you say she's got, but we don't trust.
Well, they also said they were going to retrofit her. So they were going to
retrofit her. Yeah. They're going to update her. Yeah. Yeah. Which hopefully they put some new shields on her before they send her out in the field again, for God's sake.
You would think new shields and new weaponry. I mean, because they're going out there with basically pea shooters compared to what everyone else has got.
Yeah, there's no way anything they have is going to penetrate somebody's shields.
The other thing that got me the entire time is so they go eventually to the seed vault to get the cure that they need for that mystery virus, right?
Right.
But they send Colbert to do it, which is the equivalent of us sending like a Viking doctor to go figure out COVID right now.
Yeah.
Oonga Booga says, "Take these roots, you'll be okay." it's not gonna,
Well, I mean, they were sending him to pick up seeds.
Yeah. Still,
that's the equivalent of sending Dr. Fauci to go pick up some fruit at Stop and Shop for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
don't know.
Anybody could have gone to pick up seeds, but
yeah.
So, I mean, that part, I guess that part's not that big of a deal on my end, but what's odd about this whole season, okay, is, again, I'll say it for like the 15th time, it'll probably annoy you, but at the end of last season, they were going to send Discovery through with Burnham by herself. Mm-hmm. Then, of course, at the last second, 10 people decide to go with her to pilot Discovery and make sure it happens, and they're going to go with her so that she's not alone, because they're a crew. 10 people. And every single episode so far this season, we consistently see what's got to be 50 to 100 different people all over the damn ships, just everywhere. They've got like a whole crew complement is what they've got. Yeah. And so when then all of a sudden when they talk
about at least.
Yeah, and then when they talk about breaking them up, they're inside of a shuttle bay, and there's like 20 people standing there, 25 people standing there again. So we're back to this small number, right? So it's very inconsistent. And then when he says, "Okay, fine, Burnham, you go, you take the Stamets, the pilot guy, we'll just use him, and you go get the seeds." All of a sudden, there's the whole bridge crew again.
Yeah,
like there was.
You're gonna drive yourself nuts if you keep overthinking those things.
I know, I am overthinking it, but it's kind of like it's just it's just that could have been a lot smoother. It could have been a lot smoother, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, but
whatever.
So, Burnham actually makes a good point. In one of these lines, exchanges with the Admiral when she's, of course, talking through and over Saru, and the Admiral keeps looking at her and looking up at the captain, and you don't have the time to retrain a whole new crew on how to use Discovery. Send us out as is. So I like that line. I thought that's a good point. So maybe that's how they play off the rest of using Discovery is there's no time, right? They're in triage. That's what the Admiral says at one point. They've been in triage for a really long time.
So do you think they'll be able to reproduce the spore drive and then all the ships can do whatever?
No, I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll find some reason why they can't do that. Because, again, they're just so nonchalantly using the spore drive, whereas that was causing problems 1,000 years ago.
Right.
That was really a problematic.
Refresh my memory. What was the problem it was causing?
It was killing the mycelial network, or it was causing things to die, or something. I forget exactly.
But then they fixed it. Somehow they magically fixed it.
Yeah.
So you could do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that for storyline purposes, it doesn't make any. it fixes too many problems if all the ships can do it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to come up with a reason why it's only Discovery, because that makes them special. And
Well, they don't have
fine.
an interface. They don't have an interface yet. So that's the one crutch that they have, that you have to have Stamets, right? So why make a bunch of other spore drives if you don't have another Stamets?
Yeah, but he's just the navigator, so like you can show other people how to do it. And
speaking of Stamets, my favorite line of the whole episode is
Mhm.
when the AI asks him, "And you're essential personnel?" And he says, "Have you been talking to Detmer?" Because
Yeah,
I keep getting this question.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite was I was dead emotionally.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was raining Starfleet officers.
Yeah.
Jet Marino. Yeah.
The recap was pretty great.
You got any snacks? And then a few minutes later, I'm gonna need something to drink with this. And they just keep giving her stuff,
Yeah.
She's got like blue chips and and a Coke,
That was pretty good.
You got to have more Jet Reno, Technicolor. I mean, every scene she's in, it's great.
Somebody posted, it was a picture of Jet Reno and then the mechanic from the Mandalorian, and they're like, "Who's your favorite lady mechanic?" Because they are essentially the same character.
Yeah, pretty much. Much. I don't know. That lady in Mandalorian always reminds me of the little short, fluffy-haired guy that would do all the exercise videos.
Richard Simmons?
Yeah, Richard Simmons. That's a female Richard Simmons is who that is. So,
yeah.
I mean, they almost look identical.
I would say Jet Reno. She's better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Much more capable.
Yeah.
Although I don't know the whatever that race is, Mon Mothma's race, the squid people or calamari people.
Oh yeah.
He does the repairs on Mandalorian's ship, and it just looks like shit.
He gets all mad at him.
He's like, "Are you kidding me?
Can you fix this? I can make it fly."
Yeah.
I can't fix it. I can make it fly. And then as he's walking away, he says, "I'll fuel it up."
Yeah, that's
like it's all he did. That's all he did was
yeah.
put fuel in it, maybe, put some air in the tires.
Yeah.
Wash it.
Strap some things together with some squid rope, I mean,
he's got like bungees holding panels on.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. One of them flies off at the end of the episode.
Oh my Lord.
Anyway, all right. So back to
Star Trek.
Yeah, back to Star Trek.
Yeah.
It is great though. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say this. We've said this to each other. It's wonderful having new shows at the same time of both of some of the best franchises in history. So whichever one you want to say is better, obviously it's Trek. But it's great having both of them coming on like that. So
yeah, it is cool.
I got to watch them both back to back last night, which was nice.
Oh yeah, I watched it on Friday night. That Bill and Ted and some Mandalorian and Star Trek, and it was great.
Yeah, that sounds like a hell of a night.
Oh yeah, with some cauliflower pizza. Yeah,
that's good stuff. The cauliflower.
I like it. Not too bad.
Pretty good. Yeah, I like it a lot. We get that every.
One of the things in the Will Wheaton show, they talked about that actress. One of the things I thought was kind of cool is apparently she was training to be a police officer before she got into acting.
Huh. Who's this?
The Non.
Barzan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I guess because of that, she plays a lot of cops and military officers, is what she says. Like she gets typecast like that.
Yeah.
So I bet they just see it on her resume and they're like, "Oh, we'll make her the cop then."
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know why her character is always a little off to me. Last season it was okay. It wasn't anything. This season though, it's always been a little. She's just around. She's not saying anything. She's just there.
Yeah.
I have no idea why she really wanted to join the rest of the crew going into the future. That kind of didn't make sense to me. She makes.
I bet that's why they wrote her off, because they're like, it's too cumbersome.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Well, she makes reference to Android lady,
Miriam.
Adiram, whatever her name was. Dang it!
Ariam.
Ariam, yeah.
I keep saying Miriam. I did that last season too.
I was about to say that too. Yeah. Well, that's who she is in the Mirror universe. But anyway, so she.
You can't say Mirror Ariam, so it's just Miriam.
Yeah, yeah. So no, she makes reference about her sacrifice that she made, and that's why she's there and all that kind of stuff, and that's why she's going to stay with the, I I guess that's why she's going to stay with the Tikov, the seed ship, right? And this guy. And it's like, none of that makes a whole lot of sense. It wasn't like she was super close with Ariam. Or at least if she was, we don't know about it until suddenly, again, you're telling us instead of showing.
I'm sure if you pay for the novel, you'll get the backstory.
I'm sure. Yeah, they were probably lovers. That's probably what it was.
Something.
So, yeah. Anyway, so, so yeah, I mean, it's odd. It was clunky when she says she's going to stay with the ship. And then she starts, getting into that conversation with Burnham. Again, we get all the feels. We get the crying again, which is fine. I mean, it's someone you've been through a lot of, and now you're never going to see him again probably, which, again, doesn't make sense. Like, we can jump back in 5 minutes and drop off a cheeseburger for you.
Yeah, but they're busy, man.
They're busy, yeah. So, I mean, they're not going to see her for a while, but it's not like she's just gone for good. They could jump to Barzan in a couple of months to say, hey, or I guess, how's the Tikov going to get anywhere? Or where's the Tikov supposed to go? Are we just supposed to leave this very valuable seed ship floating in a plasma storm? Why in the hell didn't we bring it back with us? It's small enough. I'm sure it could get fit inside of the shuttle bay, just like Book ship suddenly did. Which pays credence to just how freaking huge Discovery is.
I thought it was in that nebula thing as like protection so that people wouldn't attack it.
Well, wouldn't it be better to have it inside of the distortion field at Starfleet headquarters? I mean,
because you want them separated. You don't want to keep all your main assets in one area.
Well, okay, that part makes sense. That is a good point. Yeah. That is a good point.
It's whatever you need to do in your headcanon to figure it out.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
Dan's like, that's the answer.
That's the answer. Yep.
Yeah.
I think too much. I think too
much. Yeah.
But well, good episode. I don't know why they wanted to make a big deal about Voyager. I guess is because they just had to, because it was there. I don't know.
You know why? Because of all the series, it's the most rewatched on Netflix. So they know that the fans love it, so they wanted to give them a bone. That's why.
No Enterprise.
Pike's going to have his own show soon with Enterprise, so it'll be okay.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to show the future version of the Enterprise somewhere? Did it make it through the burn?
What does your heart tell you?
Yes, my heart tells me yes.
So I've seen two theories about the burn. Yeah.
I think we'll see the USS Picard at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I think
he'll still be there because he's an android, because he's not a real boy.
I would kind of love for them to go back to Space Vegas, but in the future, and show us the difference.
Would there still be a Quark's bar?
No, the planet is called Quark now.
Yeah.
He just took over the whole thing.
Greed is eternal, so.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they have a USS Nog, then you would think at some point we're going to see some Ferengi.
Yeah. I hope so.
I mean, they're not shying at all on the different alien races all over the place, a lot of which we've never seen before. Inside of Starfleet headquarters, you see a bunch of them walking around in the background. Obviously, the aliens, they're there to fix their health crisis or whatever. But they're all over the place. So
yeah,
there should be. I'm interested. I'd be interested to see, as the Federation fractured, which worlds took a turn for the worse, and which worlds are still holding on to the ideals of the Federation. And I just think it would be interesting to kind of flip things a little bit. And, the Ferengi are a core member of the Federation.
Yeah.
while the Andorians are all assholes again,
Well, the Andorians and the Orions are a syndicate together.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting that those two work together now. That's odd.
That's so weird to me, because do you take a vote as a planet like, hey, you all want to be gangsters now?
Well, and that's another question I have. They throw around numbers. In TNG era, they would say things like, oh, there's 150 worlds that are part of the Federation.
Yeah.
And whether it was this episode or last week, I can't remember, but they said at the height of the Federation, there were 350.
Yeah, that's what they
350.
That was
worlds.
this episode, yeah.
So, yeah. So my question is, okay, there are Federation colonies all over the place. They'll colonize new planets all the time. They're Federation planets. Do they count towards that number? or is that 150 homeworlds?
Probably 150 societies or 150 cultures.
I'm thinking homeworlds because, like,
homeworlds.
We have 50 states, but how many territories do we have? Like Puerto Rico and Samoa.
Okay. And then my next, the next thing would be, okay, they made reference to the Orions and the Andorians working together. That doesn't mean that the Andorian government is working with the Orions. That means a group of Andorians. Maybe it was these 3 Andorian colonies in this system, are now working with them. But, the actual recognized Andorian government is still part of the Federation or is still allied with the Federation. Well, as they spread out and make these colonies,
it
space
doesn't
is
have
a big
to be
place.
as homogenous. Yeah, it doesn't have to be as homogenous anymore. And I think that's why they call it the Orion Andorian Syndicate. As opposed to, whatever else. But I think, and we see an Orion and an Andorian working together on Booker's home planet, right? Mm-hmm. So, and they're not part of any other syndicate. They're just there working, right? So I think I think it leads credence that there's been enough time and enough traversed area in the Alpha and Beta quadrant to where it's a mishmash, just because you see an Orion does not mean that's your enemy. Just because you see a Romulan does not mean that's your enemy. Yeah. Speaking of which, have we seen a Vulcan yet?
Not yet.
No.
And do we think that the Vulcans made it, or are they extinct at this point?
Well, it depends on the timeline, because isn't this a timeline where Romulus blew up? Not
That's
Vulcan?
right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Romulus. So Romulans. Okay. Did the Romulans make it? Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know.
Maybe that's where Unification 3 comes in, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
2 more episodes.
Yeah. So the Admiral, he appears human.
Yeah.
Right? And there's other humans walking around. I mean, it's Star Trek's weird. There's so many races that they just look human. They're not humans, but unless somebody tells you,
like the Betazoids
unless someone tells you, oh, this person is a such and such, you kind of assume that they're human. So I mean, Earth is not part of the Federation, but this guy is a human and he's a Starfleet officer, and it's not like the burn happened 120 years ago, so it's not like the burn happened last week. And he's like, well, I'm still a Starfleet officer, so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Right. So he is from some planet that is still part of the Federation.
Yeah.
He's not from Earth.
Right.
Or he could be from Earth, but I mean, it would you'd have to make a pretty big assumption to assume that he's from Earth. Or he could
mostly be human and like an eighth, something.
Or he just grew up on the ring rainforest world that's inside of that distortion field and rose to the rank because that's all you've got at this point, right?
Or
what I'm saying is at this point in the timeline, human does not equal Earth.
No, it does not.
No, it does not.
No. Well, human didn't equal Earth in the era of TNG either.
Yeah.
Look at Tasha Yar.
Yeah.
Yep. That'd be my first example or thought of that, but there's more, right? And so and of course we got the episode in TNG way back when that kind of explained or tried to explain why most alien races in the quadrant or throughout the galaxy anyway look humanoid,
yes,
because they're all from that one progenitor master race, whatever, just seeded everything. So
the episode was called The Chase.
That's right. I was trying to think of that off the top of my head. Oh, good for you.
Warning, nerd alert.
Well, keep your finger on that button, because
he's got more.
That hologram at the end, the alien who describes seeding the universe with their DNA, and that's why we all look alike. Okay. She was played by the same actress who played the female changeling in Deep Space Nine, like 10 years later.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. Yep.
Warning, nerd alert.
One more. Her name is Salome Jens.
Wow.
Warning, nerd alert.
He didn't even have to Google that, ladies and gentlemen. My Lord.
Yeah. I don't know what I did at work yesterday. I don't know what I had for breakfast this morning, but
yeah, exactly.
When it comes to this shit, blurt it right out.
It's what matters.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
So are we Do we have anything more to say about the episode?
I'm sure I do, but now I've lost my train of thought.
Okay. Well, one of the things I saw this week that I thought was hilarious, and I just thought I would bring up, somebody said that they were very disappointed in John DeLance that he hasn't started a YouTube channel of life hacks and called them Q-tips.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
I would watch Q-tips.
That deserves this for
Yeah, I kill me.
just because you asked for it, Daniel.
Yeah, exactly.
Ow.
I do love my elf.
Well, I finished the whole bottle of core hydration while we did the show today.
Oh, you're
so
gonna have
there we
to
go.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
So what else from the episode? Anything else we need to cover? We can talk a little bit about next week's little clip we got, the trailer for it. Obviously, Discovery's going to get used. The crew's going to stay together. And only a select few inside of the Federation or at the top level with the Admiral are going to know about Discovery's abilities.
Mhm.
So that's it. Their rapid response.
I saw two floating theories right now about the burn and what caused it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one theory is that it has to do with, remember that TNG episode where they talked about warp drive was tearing up the Federation or its space?
Yep.
That it's something to do with that. That somehow it's connected and that's why the lithium blew up. That's one theory.
Yeah.
You know?
I bet you it has to do with that song that Burnham's got stuck in her head, that lullaby.
Oh, I'm sure.
She makes a big deal of for absolutely no reason.
The MacGuffin tune?
The MacGuffin tune. That's all. Like, how hard is that for you to understand, Michael, that the burn happened 120 years ago and that's 120 years, but, you know, we have solid recordings of everything since then.
Yeah.
It's not like we went from 1900 to 2000, right? We went from very advanced to still very advanced, just can't get across the stars anymore.
Yeah.
So everybody would kind of know a version of that. Why is that such a big deal? But they're going to make that a thing. They're going to make that a thing, that there's some frequency, some tune that was released by something somewhere that caused the destruction of dilithium and put that lullaby in everybody's head. Whatever.
So what's the other theory? Because I have
other theory is that has to do with the Omega particle that they brought up in Voyager.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
So they made it a point to have the whatever his name, the interrogator with the glasses.
David Cronenberg.
Yeah, David Cronenberg. Yes.
He made it a point to shit talk the mirror universe pretty heavily.
Did.
And point out the fact that there hasn't been a successful crossing in I can't remember how long. He said
over 500 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it has something to do. With that. I think whether it was something done in the mirror universe to try and he also mentioned how they've been separating. They've been coming
they've been getting
further
farther and further apart. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess harder and harder to travel between.
Yeah.
So my theory is it has something to do with an attempt to make a stable portal between the two, or some sort of mass transference, or maybe Starfleet was trying to just cut it off completely, so there could be no transference, and something went wrong. But I think it's gonna tie back to that. That's my theory. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, they're doing a good job of just waving it off. Anytime they ask that question of what was the burn, everybody just keeps waving it off and just whatever, we don't know. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense either, that they haven't, we've got a lot of theories, nothing that really stuck. Okay, great. Tell me one of them. And they don't say anything, right? They just keep waving.
They kind of
off.
shrug.
So
yeah.
They do. They kind of shrug. Like, it's not a big deal at this point. We're in the here and now.
Yeah.
Which I guess part of that makes sense because it was 120 years in the past. But
speaking of shrugging, I can't wait to see the Mirror Universe Borg, because I think they just show up, they introduce themselves, They ask if you want any help or technology, and if you say no, they shrug, go okie dokie, and just leave.
Okie dokie. Why in my head are they dressed like Mormon missionaries? Like
yes.
blacks and white shirts.
Yeah. No, I think
we'd love to tell you about our Lord and Savior perfection.
Yeah. I think it'd be more interesting if the Borg were almost the exact same in between the two universes. Just because you say mirror universe doesn't mean everything has to be polar opposite. That's just the name we've given it, because all of a sudden Federation is now evil, right? So, but in the mirror universe, the Klingons are still kind of the Klingons. They're just beat down.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think it'd be more interesting if the Borg were the same across all dimensions. Some dimensions they were there, some dimensions they weren't, but wherever they showed up, they were the same. Because really, if you think about it, what are the Borg? They're cybernetic, right? They're kind of half in, half out of being fully artificial and half biological, right? They're kind of a mix between the two. Right. They're not quite Sochi.
Yeah, not
evil
quite.
artificial thing, and they're not quite Data. So, biological. So,
that's something I noticed. Like, these interrogations are going on the whole episode, and half the time they're sitting in holographic floating chairs, and sometimes they're not. They're just regular chairs.
Yeah.
Did they run out of? Did they run out of the effects budget? And they're like, whatever. You're gonna sit in a regular chair.
They couldn't copy and paste anymore. Well, that might have spoke to who they were talking to and whether or not they rated enough to use programmable matter or not, right? So
that's our new favorite toy is the programmable matter.
The programmable matter, that's turned out to be interesting. Oh, I do remember there was a reference when they first came in and Tilly was scanning all the ships. She was like, there's some ships that are made out of theoretical matter that we hadn't even made yet. So they recognized that. Then she's like, well, some of these ships are fully biological. That was an interesting thing for her to say. And then she said some of the ships are, their outside shells are made of holographic matrices.
Yeah.
What a fucking bad idea is that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if your whole crew is holographic, do you really need a physical ship?
That's true. But like...
I'm wondering if that's more like a scout thing or,
Yeah, that's true. And there was one of the shots of the ships where the nacelles were actually longer than Discovery's. Like they looked like they were twice as long. But as they were cruising in, it was on the right-hand side of the screen. I can kind of picture it now. The nacelle looked like
it, but somebody said there was the detached nacelles too.
Someone said that, but they never showed it. I don't know what that means by detached. Does that mean they're just floating next to it? And what does that have to do with where's the warp core go?
I think they're like that's
making
the ship
shit up.
That's the ship that you use to win the Bunta Eve race on Tatooine.
Yeah, exactly. And then the pod racer scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so wizard.
Come on, he doesn't get a nerd alert for that?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he's like...
Warning, warning, nerd alert, nerd alert.
It's okay, I already know what I'm going to call the show this week.
Oh boy,
no.
I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's going to be called Chad's Whiteness?
Hot vanilla latte. That's the...
I want it hot, damn it!
Yeah.
No,
and then of course the other thing too I almost forgot to bring up was this whole thing with Giorgio and her standing still.
Yeah.
Burnham Caesar. I think that guy, David Cronenberg did something to her in that interview, and she's not even aware of it, and it has to do with that comm badge he let her have and screw around with. She maybe she knows a lot, but she doesn't know that there's nanotechnology that's very easy to infiltrate and then control her. Because then we see in one of the trailers where she starts to pass out. I don't think that's from her getting hit or beat up or anything like that. I think it's because he's done something to her. He's trying to make sure he can control her in some way or use her.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see what they do with her character through the rest of the season.
And she knows
where she's supposed to go.
She knows something's wrong because she gets snarky with Burnham. Like, why would you even ask me that? And then she walks away. And as soon as she wasn't facing Burnham, you could see the expression on her face was one of panic.
Yeah,
like what's happening to me?
Yeah, something's not right. So she's an awesome character. I just love Michelle Yeoh, and she does great as Giorgio. It's always her one.
I saw somewhere it was a picture of her and Garrick, and it said it's a shame these two will never cross paths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
It'd be great.
What does a Cardassian look like in 3188? And did they ever join the Federation? Right.
See, that's another one. That's another one. I would love to see like one of those worlds that's still a core member of the Federation. It's like Bajor, Cardassia, and Ferenginar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got to do something with that. They had conversations about this. What
races for sure.
Predators, which ones do we not? Which ones do we say are still in? Which ones do we say are still out? Which ones do we just not even talk about at all or show and just leave it blank for next season?
I have a feeling there's like a chart somewhere, and it's like this show gets to use these aliens. This show gets to use those aliens.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's a whole whiteboard sitting on the corner somewhere in the corner of the room, and it's like the repository of ideas.
Yeah.
To go back to an entire crew of Robert Picardos. That's what that ship is.
Yeah.
He's everybody. He's everybody on the ship.
Well, there's no reason why they can't call Robert Picardo and have him come on and play an EMH, right?
Yeah.
There's no reason why they can't.
Yeah.
So
he's supposed to be in Picard season 2.
He is. So there's no reason why his EMH can't still be around and upgraded. They're new AIs or whatever that are top of the line.
Hey, is Whoopi still around? Because she's supposed to be super old.
You would think she could be, right? I mean, she was already super old at the time of TNG, so she might be getting towards the end of life. But
then she fits how she looks now.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, they could, or someone from her race.
Yeah.
Make reference to her. So
yeah.
That's the fun thing about this season, where this should have been the first season. Is it's all on the table. There's all these different things they can do that still make it a standalone thing. It is its own deal. We didn't need the first 2 seasons of all this shit to go into it. But and of course she's still looking for her mom. So,
yeah, but I
don't think she's gonna find her.
If we didn't have the first 2 seasons, we wouldn't have had Pike, and I really like Pike.
This is true. I mean, this is true. You could say a lot about the first 2 seasons, but those first 2 seasons have given us everything that we're talking about right now. This season, Pike.
It was the groundwork.
Lower Decks, Picard. It did lay the groundwork for all of that. So so we have to give thanks for that.
Fine, you win, Discovery. You win.
Which we get another episode on Thanksgiving, so that's great. So
if we get to have Thanksgiving,
well, we do get to have Thanksgiving. We just get to have it in front of a Zoom call to do it. Right? You can't do it together apparently. So.
Yeah.
This is going to be a weird.
They're shutting down my state again now.
Are they?
Yeah.
What's that?
They're shutting down Idaho again. We rolled back to stage 2, which is a lot more lockdowns.
Oh, yeah. New York starting Friday. It was.
Here's your COVID update, everybody.
Yeah.
All bars and restaurants closed 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Because COVID won't spread at 9 o'clock or 9:30. It just comes out. Comes out.
I mean, my gym is still open, but you have to wear a mask, even though nobody does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is that it?
That seems like a great way to end the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about how shitty everything is.
Yeah. Well.
It's
all right.
Yeah.
So, did we come up with a better way to end this thing, Daniel? You were talking about that, but I forget what.
I just said dismissed, like
Yeah, that's why I was supposed to get an audio clip of Janeway saying dismiss.
Yeah,
that's right.
Whatever.
I'll get that down.
Well, there you have it, another episode in the can. Check us out at Trekcast.com. Also, if you would, please subscribe to us via iTunes. Leave those reviews, subscribe to us, we'll get some numbers, get up the list, get more listeners, do more shows, have more fun. But for now, we're all done. So live long and prosper, and we'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks for listening.
Goodbye. It's the end of our show. Bye. See you next week. How do I turn this thing off? Hello?